Yo, what's going on, guys? Crispy Flakes here. Welcome to Extra Crispy. For today's video, we got a video by Austin Sweat, linked to his channel in the description below, ranking the best NBA players under 25 years old. So this video really caught my eye, man, because I saw in the thumbnail that it had like Luka at like 2 or 3 or something like that. And I was like, yo, who am I not thinking of that's number one? Because Giannis is 25, so this is under 25 years of age. So who the hell is number one that I'm just not thinking of, bro? It's obviously going to be somebody amazing that...
So real quick before
I'm
the
just
video
like, wait,
starts,
what? Oh, yeah.
I recorded this whole thing before the whole league got suspended. So keep that in mind, and now into the video.
All
Today
right,
we're ranking
fair enough.
the top 30 players 25 and under.
Does he got
in
Ben
the
Simmons
NBA.
over Luka?
The new generation of players that'll be taking over after this one when guys like LeBron eventually retire. And guys at the bottom of this list are good players, but still have a lot left to prove.
Not
While guys
superstars
more
quite yet,
towards the
not
top of the
superstars
list
quite yet.
have really already shown that they either are or will become superstars in the NBA. And we're not going to do what I usually do, where we only rank one player from each team, because a lot of teams have
Bro,
more
who's
than
number
player
one?
with a lot of potential.
It's gonna bother me the
under
entire
25
damn
years
video,
old.
man.
So with that said, let's start with number 30 in Miles Turner. And I mean, there's really nothing new with him.
One of the
so
most slept-on
I gotta
defensive
say.
players in
And
the NBA.
Sadly, the same goes for Lonzo Ball at 29. He's
One of
playing
the most
a little
slept-on
better
players
than
in
he
the
was a
NBA.
season ago, but nothing near the breakout season people were expecting. We're watching all these guys ahead of him like Luka, Trey, and Jason Tatum break out, but Lonzo's still played the same.
I don't think Lonzo is a breakout type of guy. Because, like, when we say breakout, you know, for like Trey Young and Jason Tatum, we think of, like, big-time scoring and stuff. Of course, you know, a lot of those guys do a lot of other things besides just score the basketball, Luka all-around game and everything like that. But Lonzo is never going to be a premier scorer. So, you got to look at the other things, too.
28, Marvin Bagley. His first year, kind of disappointing and filled with
A lot of injuries.
This year, disappointing and
Just
still
did a Kings
filled with
rebuild on my main
injuries.
channel, Crispy
And
Flakes,
that's
guys.
really
Go
not
check
a
it
good sign
out.
for the rest of his career.
Go check it out if you guys don't mind.
27, Lowry Markkanen's also been in a similar situation. He was expected to have a big
Damn,
year,
number 49,
maybe even
that's
a
his issue.
breakout year, but he's currently even playing worse than he did.
Why
in
are you
his
wearing number
rookie season,
49?
and there's been no clear reason as of why. Besides the coaching. Yeah, it's probably the coaching. 26, Kyle Kuzma.
Big
I mean,
fall
we
off.
know how good Kuzma is.
Freaking Slim
and
Shady.
He's really not playing great this year, but we know that that's only because he got put to the side for the Lakers playoff push. And that wasn't his fault, so he still ends up here. Then 25 belongs to Karis LeVert. And he's done a great job of stepping up and having a career
Another
year.
big-time
while
health
Kevin Durant's
concern,
been
though,
out, and
unfortunately,
Kyrie
but-
Irving pretty much has 2 all year long. He's dealt with a lot of injuries of his own, but if he can stay healthy, he can
won't.
become a great player.
Watch him go back to Michigan. Since his freshman year, he's had injury issues. He's kind of fragile. I love Karis LeVert. It's just a fact of the matter. Like, I'm trying to be realist right here. He's always going to have health concerns with him.
24, DeAndre Ayton. As expected, DeAndre is continuing to turn into a great traditional big man, currently averaging 19 and 12.
Gotta shoot that 3,
and
though.
like I said, he's been great, but
gotta be
sooner or
done.
later, he's gonna need to start developing at least a mid-range jump shot.
Yep.
Then on 23, we had to go with Marcus Smart because of how crazy he's been on defense this year. Crap.
I would say
All right,
he's-
I don't care. He turned 26 a few days before I started making this video,
All right.
so I'm leaving him in.
Okay, so Giannis is clearly going to be number 1 then. Okay, so because the video says under 25, so that's why I was confused. Okay, Giannis is clearly going to be
But
number
yeah,
1.
he ranks here for his
Alrighty.
defense because even though he won't win it, he's definitely been playing like a defensive player of the year all season long.
That's why I was
Plus, with
confused
how
when
well
I
he's
saw
been
the
guarding
thumbnail.
big men, I'm sure he's the guy that the Rockets wish that they had right now. But then Jamal Murray takes 22. And just like Nikola Jokic, Jamal's having a very
Got like a
similar
max
season to what he
contract
did
for being the
last year.
22
I would have liked to see
second
him
best
improve this year, but
25 years and old
18, 4,
player.
4 at 23 years old is still pretty good. Ranked in at number 21, Andrew Wiggins takes the spot.
Wow,
And
over
he still
Jamal?
seems like a weird fit on the Warriors.
I'll take
and
Murray over,
he's really not what
Andrew
they need
Wiggins.
to get wins, but he hasn't played too bad. Still has
I'll
some
take
problems
Marcus
with
Smart
his
over
game, but
Wiggins.
His biggest has always been consistency, and that, along with the other issues with his game, are why he doesn't crack the top 20. Julius Randle does, though, and ranks in at
Dr.
number
J.
20. Now, last year for the Pelicans,
Dr. J,
he had
if Dr. J
everyone
never got
thinking
his
the sky
doctor
was the
degree,
limit for
he's just
him,
J.
But this year on the Knicks, he's been
Julius.
pretty much forgotten about. I think if he was going to be a
Intern
star,
J.
he would have been able to play like one while on this terrible Knicks team. He just hasn't.
Yo,
been
is
able
that
to lead
Coutinho
his team to
Mobley out
wins.
there?
And neither has number 19
I saw
and
Coutinho.
De'Aaron Fox. In his 3 years in the league, he's been developing into a great young rising star, but it's still never helped the Kings to a winning record.
He better have Christian
Now, the
Wood on
Kings
this list.
clearly have a lot of other problems, and maybe a few more than Fox can fix on his own. But that was the reason that we ranked Ja Morant one spot ahead of De'Aaron at 18.
Wow,
And it might
over
be a little
De'Aaron.
controversial
Okay.
to do that. But everyone expected Memphis to be bad this year, after Gasol and Conley left and with Ja being a rookie. But he's been the biggest piece in helping this team stay at about 500 all year long. And for him to average similar numbers to De'Aaron and
He's
do
really
it while
skinny.
winning just meant that he had to be ranked ahead of him. And with that said, it might seem a little hypocritical to do that, then rank Zach LaVine ahead of Moran at 17, seeing how he's also never been on a winning team. But it's a
okay,
little bit...
Zach LaVine is now my threshold for this video. Like, I gotta like see who's over Zach LaVine, because I think Zach LaVine's one of the best shooting guards in the NBA.
different.
Not
if
just
Zach
under
could lead his
25
team to
either.
wins, he would be ranked a lot higher, but he still ranks ahead of Ja because the man's putting up 25, 4, and 4 on pretty solid shooting numbers. Plus, the Bulls also have a big
Freaking
coaching
Jim Boylan.
issue, so it's a little different when comparing these two to each other. But Jaylen Brown ranks in at number 16, and of course, at this time last season, on a list like this,
Oh,
he
so it's a
would have
toss-up,
ranked a lot
Zach or
lower,
Jaylen?
But it's been great to see him find his role on the Celtics, and even better to see that he's kept things up all year long. He's still only 23, but already proved that he's one of the best all-around players on this list. Shoots a good percentage from 2 and 3, and as we've seen, is pretty good at posterizing star players. And I think it's clear that
Well, damn, so is, what's his name, Mario Hezonja.
just getting started.
That's all he
it's
does.
also just a start for D'Angelo Russell at 15. Now I'm hoping that he can help the Wolves finally turn things around with Towns and continue to improve his game and maybe put up at least 25 and 10 a night within the next couple of years. But as you know, with the Wolves, it's better to just not get your hopes up. And speaking of someone making big moves, the same could be said for Brandon Ingram at 14. And I mean, this year we've seen so many young guys break out that we never thought we would. And Brandon proved
Is he most
all it
improved
takes
player,
is a change
guys?
of scenery to really turn a career around. He was the Pelicans' star player to start this season, and I was worried he'd drop off after Zion joined the team, but he's actually played just as good and really hasn't taken a backseat at all to him.
Yeah, it's gonna
And
be a big
speaking of
three with
player getting used to
them
playing
two
with
and
another star, that
Lonzo.
brings us to Kristaps Porzingis at 13. After over a year
See, I
off
think Porzingis in this case is a little bit too high. Because it seems like a lot of people are being based off what they're doing now and not what they've done before. And like I think Zach LaVine be better than like Porzingis. Porzingis not really returned from his injury yet, so I mean he's returned, but not like returned to like his Knicks self. You know what I'm
from
saying?
basketball. This season, Kristaps was not only asked to try to return to his all-star level, but do it while playing with a superstar in Luka Doncic. And it's taken him a little bit to get back there, but I think he's finally got it. And if this is how things are going to be from now on, Luka and Kristaps are going to be a scary duo once the playoffs start.
Yeah, a little too high,
Not even
just
to
in my
mention
opinion.
for the next 10 plus years in general.
Not that he can't get there.
If things go as planned, because both men are only 24 and 21 years old. Then we have number 12 in Devin Booker, and not much new here. Devin's still averaging over 25 a game, and the Suns still suck even after their hot start to the season. The
Someday.
only difference now is Devin Booker.
They need Cole Anthony or Tyrese Halliburton.
thanks to some injuries. And at 23 years old, he's still got a long time for
Yo,
the
is that
Suns to
Oubre
turn
playing with a
things
beanie?
around. If they ever actually will, though, still not too sure about. Number 11, Karl Anthony Towns.
Damn, Cat at 11.
Alright.
That just goes to show how much freaking talent's in this league. When you got D-Book and Cat at 11 and 12. Like, there's going to be 10 other players better than Cat. You know, that's
You might be
crazy.
surprised to see Towns at 11, and probably expected him to be higher, and it makes sense, but I couldn't do it. He is injured right now, but even when healthy, the man just doesn't give enough effort. He's terrible on defense and currently ranks 405 out of 513 players for defensive win shares. He's not a great leader, and it's
So he's
never
like
let his
offensive
team to
Drummond.
wins. He definitely
'Cause Drummond
puts up
don't
some of
try
the best
either.
stats in the game today, but because of everything else, I just couldn't rank him any higher. And that's why, for instance, Donovan Mitchell ranks ahead of him at number 10. His game translates to wins, and his team's made the playoffs every year since he's been drafted, and he's currently averaging 24 points a game. He may not be putting up the same stats that Towns does, but he's a much better leader on and off the court.
Efficiency's
Then
a big
ranked one
time
spot
thing,
ahead of
too.
Him at number 9 is Ben Simmons.
Damn, Ben Simmons only at
And I've said
9.
it before, but
Wow.
I'll say it
Wow.
again. Personally, at this moment,
I'm
the
getting
hype around Ben
intrigued.
Simmons is just gone for me. Sure, he's gotten a little better on the court due to experience, but that's it. Since joining the league 3 years ago, nothing
Damn,
about his game
number
has
9
changed,
for
and
Simmons.
because of it, it's created an issue with the 76ers spacing. He's averaged basically the same numbers every single season, and I think because of that,
What about
it's
those defensive numbers, though? Those defensive numbers, like, obviously not here, but just, like, in general of playing
It's gonna
defense,
take a
you know?
huge change for him to start to live up to the hype that he had around him coming out of college. At number 8, though, Jason Tatum has turned things around.
Tatum tops.
And it's why I won't completely give up on Ben. Because these young guys have shown that it just takes one season where something clicks to
Y'all
turn
think JT's
everything
better than
around.
Ben Simmons,
And it
guys?
seems that right now, everyone's on Jason's side again because he's been showing off the potential that everyone's been waiting to see. The potential to be a superstar in a couple of years. And he's on the right track. His game took a huge leap these past few months, and he's starting to transition from a good jump shooting scorer to a great all-around player. Number 7, Zion Williamson.
Zion at
If we're
7.
talking about potential, Zion deserves deserves to be ranked in the
Zion
top
at
3 of
7.
this video. But since we're talking about how good these guys are right now, Zion falls back here. Now, even with that said, I wanted to rank him higher.
See, I love what Zion's doing. Sample size, man. It's just like my thing. It's like we've seen Zion do some great things, but not for an extended period. You guys let me know what you think. You guys think Zion's too high based off this video's criteria?
But it was tricky. And the only reason I didn't was because he's currently not taking any jump shots. The tricky thing though,
That
is
first game,
because
bro,
he's
remember that?
averaging
It's crazy.
59% in the paint, so it's hard to knock him because why would he take jump shots when he can score even easier in the paint? When players play off of him anyways, and he can still drive past them and dunk on them. So he doesn't need to shoot, but for now though, I just left him here under some more proven players. But if he does start shooting consistently, the man could average 28 a game easily, and when he does that, he'll probably be top 3 on this list.
Wow.
Number 6,
Crazy.
Pascal Siakam.
There we go.
And this is
Siakam
my
need to be
point.
up here.
I couldn't rank
Yep.
a rookie Zion Williamson over an NBA champion in Siakam, even though they're averaging similar numbers. Right now, Siakam's game is more complete, and not to mention he's currently helping lead the Raptors to one of the best records in the NBA. He is about to turn 26.
Yo, is that Vince
so this
Carter
will be
playing
his last
defense
year
on
a
him?
list like this, but for now he still makes it. Trae Young then takes number 5, and it may sound hypocritical to put him here after I ranked Towns at 11 because he didn't lead his team to wins and couldn't play defense. But I mean, for one, Trae's averaging nearly 30 and 10 right now, and for 2, the Hawks have a much younger roster, and it's only Trae's second year. So for now he ranks this high, but say the Hawks don't get better in the next couple of years with the amount of young talent that they have, then I'll rank him lower down the line. Number 4, Joel Embiid.
Joel's
By the
not even
time this video's
25,
put out,
wow. How
Joel
old is
will
this
have
man?
just turned 26, but currently as of the making of it, he's still 25, so I'm
Okay.
leaving him in. And this year hasn't been great for him, but when he's healthy and everything's going right, he's got one of the best blends of offense and defense of anyone 25 and under. And for someone that's
I really like
capable
his
of
jump shot.
averaging
If I was a big guy, I'd
27
shoot like
and
that.
he did a season ago,
Be like my form.
it was an easy choice to rank him here. Still one spot ahead of him though at number 3 is Nikola Jokic. And now I'm worried about his future. He is finally back in better shape, but has been putting up the same numbers for the past 3 seasons.
I'm okay with that. I mean, I look at those numbers for a center. You know, I guess really the only concerning thing is you look at the 2018 season, he shot 40% from 3. He's becoming not a good 3-point shooter. And that was kind of one of his strengths back in that season. Field goal percentage though is, right around 50%, 53% this season. If that's his ceiling, that's still one of the best centers in the league. And he still can have those games where he goes off for 40 all of a sudden,
Seasons. Hopefully the man didn't already peak, but the Nuggets roster is crowded and he's still only 24, so there's plenty of time for him to still improve. And ranked above all of them is Luka Doncic at number 2. Still putting up a near 30-point triple-double with 28 points, 9
Yeah, I don't think
rebounds,
anybody
and
disagrees
almost
with this
9
one.
assists a game, while playing great alongside another star in Kristaps, as well as leading the Mavs to a pretty much guaranteed playoff spot at this point. And he's great in the regular season, but we'll really get to see what he's made of this postseason. Then, of course, number 1
Yeah,
goes
okay.
to Giannis.
Okay, there we go.
He
It
just
makes so
turned
much more
25
sense
not
now.
too long
Okay.
ago, is the only MVP on this list, and will soon be the only 2-time MVP on the list. I mean, honestly, LeBron is making a great case for
Honestly,
it too,
more like
but we've
Giannis
seen
Lee.
just how much
Joke
Giannis
of the
is
day.
doing every night in only 30 minutes of play and leading his team to the best record in the league. I would say it's got to go to him, and he's definitely head and shoulders above anybody over 25 years or under right now. But comment what you think of this list and what
Okay, yeah. I think if I were to do my own list like this, it would probably be looking a bit different. But it's always the toughest thing with these is like criteria, and then just like, sometimes it feels weird ranking like, in case of like Zion, who's only played a handful of games over a guy like Devin Booker. So it's kind of tough to do, but I guess if you based off right now, then sure, I can see where he's coming from. But yeah, guys, what do y'all think of the list?